Hello class 9 students. Today I am going to teach you the 6th century BC, the rise of Buddhism and Jainism in India. Very important chapter, listen carefully. Now, first of all, I want to tell you that we know all of us about Buddhism and Jainism. That is Mahavira and Gautama Buddha. The period from about 600 BC was one of social and religious unrest in the history of India. Now, Vedic tradition gradually, before that there was the early Vedic period and the latter Vedic period. In history we know that this chronological order is very important, that is according to date. Vedic tradition gradually lost its glory and power. People started to think about the ills and sorrows of life. Two sects gradually emerged. What are these? Buddhism and Jainism. Now, what are the sources of Buddhism? How do you know about the Buddhism, how it flourished, when it was originated, what are the sources? And in history I told you every time the sources plays very important role. Literary sources, Buddhist sacred literature. The Jataka tales written in Pali deals with the previous birth of Lord Buddha. They also threw light on political, economic and social conditions ranging from 5th to 2nd century BC. There are more than 550 such stories. So one of the important sources are the literary sources. Among these, the Jataka tales. Number 2, Tripitakas. Number 2 is Tripitakas. The Tripitakas means 3 baskets, means 3. 3 baskets are also written in Pali. These 3 books are Sutta Pitaka, which contains the Buddhist teachings and sayings of Buddha. The Abhidhamma, Abhidhamma, that is Abhidhamma Pitaka, which presents a philosophical interpretations, and Vinaya Pitaka, which contains the rules of the guidance of the Buddhist monks. This is from page 32, I told you. Now, number 3, that is the 12 Angas. The 12 Angas. A Jain council at Pataliputra collected and compiled the teachings of Mahavira and Jain religious literature in 12 Angas. The 12 Angas contain the rules for Jain monks of teachings of Jain Tirthankaras or spiritual gurus. These books written in Ardha Magadhi are divided into many subsections or parts such as Upangas, Pratikrans, Sutras and other texts. This is about the 12 Angas. So you have to read all these sources and it belongs to the literary sources. Very important source of history. Number 2, archaeological sources fall into several categories. The great stupa at Sachi depicts episodes from Buddha's life. A Jain temple at Sravan Belgola in Karnataka. And number 3, the Sarnath pillar. The pillar has the wheels or dharma chakras depicting the propagation of the message of Buddha to all parts of the world. Then about the Gandhara art. The Gandhara school produced a number of fine sculptures of Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Many statues of Buddha resemble the Greek god. About the Greek god. Now, causes for the rise of Buddhism and Jainism. Very important part. What are the causes for the rise of Buddhism and Jainism? Besides intellectual unrest, there were many social and economic inequalities existed between 6th and the 5th century BC. Causes: ritualistic Vedic religion. One of the causes is ritualistic Vedic religion. Now, meaningless rituals and complicated ceremonies. People became discontented with, that is, people became very much irritated, not satisfied with the religious beliefs and practices of that age. Then, killing of animals and to perform sacrifices. Simple sacrifices of early Vedic period. In early Vedic period, we know, all of my students, followed by latter Vedic period. Simple sacrifices of early Vedic period replaced by expensive yajanas. People resented with meaningless sacrifices which required the slaughter of animals to appease the god. Now, number 3, supremacy of the priestly class. Priests were supreme in the society. Who were the supreme? The priests were the supreme. The priest dominated the life of a man from birth to death. People turned against this priest who made their religion complicated, expensive and burdensome. Now, page number then open 33. B33. The caste system. These are all the causes which helped to rise of Buddhism and Jainism. In the course of time, the caste system became rigid like watertight compartments. In the course of time, the caste system became very rigid like the watertight compartments. Caste was decided according to birth and not according to profession. People who belong to the lower caste are ill-treated by higher caste. Untouchables were treated like inhumans. The Buddhist sanghas were open to all people of all caste and creed, especially the lower caste of the people. So naturally, the lower caste of the people, they got the opportunity to enter the Buddhist sanghas, that is, to accept Buddhism. Now, next point is difficult Vedic language. The Vedic literature was written in Sanskrit language. Common people couldn't understand the language. The language which was used during the Vedic period was very difficult. And Sanskrit was the language, so common people could not understand the language. Next point, effects of religious reforms. Religious reformers, Buddha and Mahavira, came at this point, and the people embraced them. The people were attracted by their preachings, by their simple language, by their simplicity. And people were overwhelmed when they listened that their religion was open to all. Now, religious reformer Buddha and Mahavira came with their simple life and holy preachings, attracted the minds of the common people. People wanted to come out from the oppression of the Brahmanical order. These are the causes for the rise of Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, students, today up till this. Next class I will tell you about Mahavira. Then few other classes will be required to complete the chapter. Okay, have a nice day.